Hi everyone, it's Sue, and today I am going to be doing a DIY mystery bag challenge where I challenge my hubby to go to the Dollar Tree and pick out a few items for me to craft with, totally unrelated. And he challenges me to make something really cool and funky with the things that he picks out. Sounds like a challenge. So my younger son, who also has a YouTube channel, the Demfish, and I will put a link to his channel below if you wouldn't mind giving him a little bit of love. He was quite intrigued with this challenge and asked if he could help his dad shop. And I thought, why not? So I sent the two of them off to the Dollar Tree and they had to pick out 3 to 6 items, totally unrelated, kind of like my Wacky Wednesday challenges. And then I would have to see what they came up with and create 3 beautiful DIYs with those products. Yikes. So I must say I was a little nervous when I got home because they were both bound and bent to make this very challenging for me. So I got this cute little summery pinwheel. And these pretty flowered leis in purple. And a paper lantern with LED light. And these 2 blue plastic glasses. And another lei with some beads on it in a pretty blue color. What am I to do with those? So my first inspiration was sort of the boho 70s hippie feel with the lantern. So I thought I would take it apart and see what I could do with that. So once I assembled it, I saw that there was a little spot to put batteries in it so that you could light it up, and I thought that was pretty cute. So I took a little creative license and grabbed one of the white straw hats from the Dollar Tree that I already had in my craft stash and thought I would peel it apart like I had in my other boho creations and maybe add it to the lantern to kind of give it that 70s sort of wicker feel. So after I unraveled the hat, I had a lot of this sort of wickery ribbon to deal with. And I'm not going to lie to you, this was very time consuming because it was a very circular project and I was hot gluing it onto some delicate paper and I wanted to try to make it as straight as I possibly could. So I took my time just gluing it around and around, and it wasn't until I got up to the top that it was a little bit trickier because the sphere kept getting smaller and smaller. But again, I just took my time and glued strips of this ribbon to cover the entire lantern. So once I got up to the top and the sphere started narrowing, I just cut little diagonal sort of slits in the ribbon and folded them around just to make it fit a little bit flatter to the shape. Now when it came to the bottom half, I kind of wanted it to not stick to the lantern but kind of go down like a little lamp shade. So I just glued the ribbon to itself and not to the lantern and brought it down a little bit to cover up where the battery goes. Now to add some kind of boho hippie embellishments, I took apart the blue lei that had all the beautiful blue beads in it and the little clear spacers, and I took the string and cut it into 4 pieces and then just alternated the 2 beads and the blue beads and made a little fringe for my lantern. So the string was enough to make 4 dangly strands on my lantern, and I had a few beads left over, so I thought I would use them to embellish the rest of my lantern. And sorry that I'm a little bit off camera here, but I basically just took some hot glue and the rest of the beads and glued them around the perimeter of the middle of the lantern and then a few around the top, just to kind of give it a little extra. So in the end, it was a lot of work, but I thought my little lantern turned out pretty cool, man. So wait till the end of the video and you see the grand reveal of all 3 of my mystery bag projects. So with DIY number 2, I was still trying to embrace that 70s theme. So I looked at these blue plastic cups and they screamed lava lamp to me. And I thought, well, they're the right shape, but how am I going to get lava in there? Then I had all the flowers left over from my lei, and I thought, well, if I put them in and there's maybe a light shining behind it, it would kind of look like a faux lava lamp. So I stuffed all the flowers from the blue and the purple leis in there, hot glued the 2 cups together, and then decided to take a little bit of that straw hat that I had left over and glue it around the center to match my lantern. And I thought it looked groovy. So I had left the pinwheel for DIY number 3, and that one was starting to stump me. But then I kind of had a thought. I have this metal sort of windmill decor from the Dollar Tree that I was going to use on my home sign with a magnet on it. But it was real metal and it was quite heavy and it kept slipping off. So I thought maybe I could recreate that with this pinwheel and it would be a lot lighter and it would stick on my home sign. So I took some aluminum foil from the Dollar Tree and I just wrapped it around each one of the petals on the pinwheel. So I thought I did a decent job of transforming my colorful pinwheel into a metal look, but I wanted to give it a bit more of a rustic feel. So I took some white and brown acrylic paint and a stencil brush and just dabbed that on to the aluminum foil, and it kind of gave it a bit of a weathered feel. So now I glued a magnet onto the back of that and stuck it on my home sign for the O. It was a little bit bigger than the other one. It didn't look exactly like the windmill, but I thought it looked pretty cute. So if you want to see how these all turned out in my groovy 70s style, take a look at this video and let me know what you think in the comments section below. So if you enjoyed this video and like to support my channel, please check out my page at buymeacoffee.com, The Art of Living. It would be greatly appreciated. And see you next time on Discovering the Art of Living.